right, welcome back. We're going to go into game number 2 between LGD and IG. We saw the first game. We got some more comments on that game as well, and we took a little bit a prolonged break as I devoured some of your cough sweets.
Yeah, and I had to get a sweater because I'm actually shivering.
It's not good.
It's not great, but I mean, going back to the first game between these two teams, I still feel like you mentioned it previously, like they can both beat each other, and it was just a matter of IG played well during the mid-game, enough to the point where Ferrari was able to kind of put it away for the team, even though allegedly he may have gone a little bit too ham.
Yeah, I actually like the item progression on Chuan, by the way. The Yule Scepter is really nice when you're with Mirana, because you'll still get stunned while you're in Yules, if I'm correct. You won't take the damage, if that's...
Wait, stunned from what?
Marana arrow.
No, you don't get.
You don't get stunned. You have to time it now.
Yeah,
but
you can get hooked.
You can hook down.
You can get hooked. You can get glimpsed, but you can't get.
I watched it and I was like, was that the end of the Yules or was it actually go through?
No, I was just really well timed. If the arrow is like inside
really
of the
good
hero,
item anyway.
When he lands, then he'll hit him.
Still doesn't invalidate my point. All right, let's go into game number 2. Let's start this out. Some people are asking where they can watch in Dota TV. Currently, actually, these are replay games, and there is no ticket for Dreamleague. And our official statement on that matter is
Invictus Gaming's turn to ban.
So game number 2, Invictus Gaming versus LGD.
Hashtag hat on, basically, is at least what I'm going to say. And I really like the way the IG play, because even though they picked what I would call more of a hyper-aggressive strategy, I mean, you get Ogre, you get Mirana, you want to go for kills, right? They still had a really good game plan after they saw the AM in terms of what hero they wanted to get. So as far as I'm concerned, I like IG's draft a little bit more, even though you could see that LGD clearly had a good game plan. I would just like to see them pick more of the same. I think the IG are really good at controlling the mid-game.
You know, I think one of the biggest differences could have been last game to who won and lost. The Invoker, Yao's Invoker.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really have much of anything. He was beating Ferrari mid for quite a while, but then he
He rotated bottom, and then he lost some farm time, and then the 5-man push came in, and he got involved, and it wasn't fun. I honestly think he could have played very similar to Sylar and take up some of the farm on the map and actually go Exort. Even Coswex is fine as well, but, like, come on. Get a Midas, be a man.
Midas.
Get a Midas.
I feel like for what they wanted to do, it was fine for him to go for the mech build and to go Coswex. It's like, when you're playing a lineup a specific way, I think they could have very easily won it, you know? Like the Tornado EMP on paper sounds amazing, the Stampede for disengage sounds amazing,
but
and just being able to find
only
picks.
real engage was Stampede and the Blink Strike and the Tornado, and I don't think it's stable enough. Like I just don't think like Invictus Gaming were going to fall victim to it. You know, and I keep saying this, and I really shouldn't like give my opinion because like, you know, pro gamers are meant to know best. But I always love the idea of 2 ways, like 2 proper ways to engage.
Yeah.
And last game, you had the clockwork and the PA. And once you've got a BKB in your PA, you are a legit initiator. Like just getting your dagger into a blink strike, it's like you're fine.
Yeah.
It's a fine way to initiate because the dagger will give you vision. You know, rocket flare gives you vision, and you're not necessarily, you know, the damage output that you put out on somebody, getting 2 clean hits off, and one of them being a crit is enough. It's enough to send the fight, you know, vastly into your favor. And then they always had the threat of the Marana arrow coming in from Chessbug. So I really think teams need to work around actually just like having a way to engage, a way to counter-initiate, and kind of being like that as a core. But, you know, I don't know the best.
Well, the thing is that's nice about the kind of lineup that you prefer is that you don't really find a situation where you're not able to take a fight that you can win, you know? And I think that's kind of what your ideology on it is too. It's like if we have 2 ways to start fights, then there's a lesser chance that we won't be able to jump when we need to. And you can just capitalize on the mistakes that the other team makes and get map control that way. Which I feel like IG would play quite well, to be honest, like if they wanted to do something like that. And they've played Sand King, you know, I mean, that's pretty much an initiator because when you get like that 9-minute blink dagger.
It plays much more as the counter-initiator, I always find.
Yeah.
But it can do the initiation. It's just quite scary to think like if I fuck up my burrow strikes. And, you know, when you actually get to counter-initiate and everything's already happening, the threat of having a Sand King coming with an Epi and like a 2-3-man burrow strike, you're just like, you really don't feel confident, you know, laying down the smack when you think that Sand King could counter-initiate. But yeah, you're right. It's like that's how I feel about the game. I really do feel that this is certainly a patch where you want 2 ways to initiate fights.
Well, we'll see.
Just to keep you relevant through the whole game.
I feel like IG had that last game, though, to a certain degree. I mean, they had PA, and they had Clockwork. Now, the Clockwork's job was what the Sand King's job would be, right? And then Ferrari's job is to go in there, blink strike, and just be BKB God, kill supports, you know, do whatever. So I feel like to a certain degree, that's kind of what they had going for them.
Yeah, they had more going for them, certainly, than... that's what I mean, they had 2 ways to initiate. And they had certainly more going for them on that matter than LGD did last game, which is like, do you really want to send in Sylar? Like, you know, like Sylar needs to get on targets, but, you know, it's Stampede enough. And is your Blink Stomp going to work? Because the Blink Stomp got interrupted so many times.
Is this the exact same heroes?
LGD pick, Ancient Apparition, Marana. Yep, it is the exact same heroes, yeah.
Centaur. Right? I mean, I think that's where we're at. Oh, Bat Rider.
Hey, I like
So
Bat
now
Rider
you
a
ban
lot.
Centaur if you're IG, more or less. I mean, the Bat Rider is a really, really nice tool.
No,
like,
it's really good.
All stage in the game, pretty much, to just be like, okay, well, if you're ever even remotely out of position and you're quick enough, you can just automatically get an objective on the map, more or less. Like you get tier 1, tier 2. High ground's a bit of a different story, but obviously it's a hero who's very stable, always finds his farm, allows you to pressure the opponent that no other hero really can do.
Yeah, Bat Rider's... He's awesome. The Ogre Magi is nice in this lineup against a Bat Rider. Your cast animation isn't really that slow, but you know, up until when the Force Staff comes in, then it's not so fun.
Yeah, Force Staff BKB is going to be bad for Ogre.
I mean, I would like to see something like a mid Magnus and a carry that, you know, capitalizes off having a Magnus and a Ogre Magi in his lineup for Invictus Gaming. I think that would be really strong here, because the Magnus, in terms of a way to counter-initiate a Bat Rider, is huge.
Did they just go full Empire and pick like Lone Druid?
Who knows?
And then just go for the Empower Bloodlusted Bear and just mow down towers? I still think that's really legit. The only downside to it is that sometimes it can be a little bit weak in the laning phase. So
they still have a Viper available to them in Invictus Gaming unless it gets banned, which is really annoying when you're a Bat Rider. Getting corrosive skinned.
Yeah, there's a couple of things like
Naga's annoying for a Bat Rider as well, I always find.
So is Nyx, but I don't know if IG are going to pick Nyx. That would make their damage a little bit low. Although I said that their damage was kind of low last game and they still managed to pull it away. Although I will say that Ferrari had some pretty damn good RNG that game. Like, he was getting crits exactly when he needed them.
Yeah, he earned it, though, like, really. Like,
Yeah,
he had the ability to be lucky or not. Like, he certainly, like, apart from that diving into the well, everything was going in his favor. But, I mean, MMY played a really good Rubik last game. Oh, I love Medusa. Such a good hero in this current meta. I liked Medusa before it was cool, by the way, Handy. And people wouldn't let me play it because they're like, it takes too long. And I'm like, no, it's chill, man. I'm going blink Medusa. And they really didn't like that.
So do you blink and then ult, or preemptively ult and then blink?
It's up to me.
I guess you would probably have to preemptively ult, right? Because it still lasts for 3 seconds or something like that.
And it's got 1,000 range.
Yeah.
So everybody gets hit. Amber Spirit?
I like this.
LGD?
It's a pick that basically says we're not going to try to take head-on engagements against a Medusa team with an Ogre, which is the right call. And Ember can still do a significant chunk of damage to the remaining members of IG without ever having to really go in and put himself in harm's way. So I just want to point this out really quick. There is a sniper being played on the other stream against the Medusa. Same thing. I mean, you just sit really far away to the point where the Medusa's ulti doesn't affect you.
No, it does. Sniper's range is like, what, 1,000?
10 seconds.
I think it's 950.
Yeah, Medusa ulti is 1,000.
Yeah, but what you do is you shrapnel, right? And then
you hit a move,
run, yeah, you just run away, and then you just put yourself back in range when it's down. The main thing is, it's really good against melee heroes, but LGD haven't picked any melee cores. I think it's more a direct Bat Rider issue. Like, you try to blink initiate on me, I'll use my Stone Gaze. Suddenly the Bat initiation doesn't feel that good. That's what I think it is.
I like the Invictus Gaming, these 2 picks. The Slark, like, even if you don't necessarily like feel that you want to, you really can go an Orchid on Slark. And that Ember Spirit's going to have a bad time.
Yeah, I don't really see many Slarks going Orchid, but if you get ahead on Slark, that's where the heroes like Ancient Apparition start having issues. So you look at Ferrari last game with his PA, same kind of deal. You just hunt the supports, and you hunt heroes that don't have any way of getting away from you, which right now, the only person who can run from a Slark is Ember. And actually, if you get leashed before you put a Spirit out, your Spirits don't move. So it's not great.
So Invictus Gaming, if they get another Initiator with that Slark, I think they're golden, Andy.
Okay, so assuming that Slark goes blink, what Initiator would you like to see paired with it?
Even Clockwork.
Okay. So then it would be Slark safe lane farm or Medusa.
mid.
Yeah, I mean, you could put the Slark mid too, honestly. It's not that bad. I think Ember probably has a leg up on him in that matchup, but...
Oh, that's nice.
This is just a purely disengage, kind of a siege-oriented team from LGD. I mean, Fissure spam, Sleight of Fist, you drop a Firefly to defend towers, you A Ice Blast, and then you just...
One of the best things about the Earthshaker when you have a... like not even just like slowing down creep waves, it's just like, okay, you see the Medusa's going to ulti, you can actually stop the Medusa getting in the team fight.
Yeah.
By actually just fissure blocking off.
All right,
Yeah.
dude.
And that's there's gonna be a blink on that Doom. I'm telling you.
I would assume so.
So that's Doom and Slark are gonna be. I mean, this Slark's probably like the most important member for their team fights in terms of who you hit. And
Sniper.
Yeah, they're gonna pick a sniper. Oh yeah, this is the other thing that I considered as well when I was thinking like, why don't people like pick Sniper with Earthshaker more? Because it acts the same way as the Earthshaker separating the Medusa from the fight. You separate the Sniper from being, destroyed or jumped on, because the Fissure actually works in a similar way. You stop the Ogre Magi from getting in stun range and the Medusa. So this is interesting.
It's two very different styles of play as well.
Yeah, Ember mid. Sniper on the safe lane.
Mid Slark.
Doom on the off lane will be a mid Slark. This is a tough one to call. I think the Slark's the most important member of the Invictus Gaming lineup in terms of what he can offer. And I actually think the supports
Prepare for battle.
then the Earthshaker, the Batrider, and the Ember equally have like as an important job as the Slark. If you know what I mean? In terms of like, the Earthshaker needs to keep everyone safe, keep your sniper from farming, but also turn the kills if they're going to go for you. The Ember Spirit, you get a decent game, you can make the map very annoying just to play on in terms of that, being able just to be completely relevant almost the whole time. And then the Batrider getting his blink is very threatening to some of these other members of IG, especially the Medusa, but not really so much because like if you're going to kill a Medusa, even in a lasso, early on with the mana shield up, you need like a good damage dealer there. So it's either got to be an Ice Blast or it's got to be, even a Fissure won't necessarily help you. It had to be like a Fissure into some damage from the Ember or the Sniper, but it's still the threat. But I'm really looking for the Slark to be the core for IG that is going to take him into the later stages of the game.
Yeah, the other thing too is since IG has 2 blink buyers, potentially even 3 if the Ogre eventually wants to get one, you have this situation where if you want to lasso the Medusa or the Slark, you're going to have heroes following up on you immediately. Like, the dynamic of the team fight is going to be IG are going to want to play the aggressors all the time. Like, they're the ones looking for the map control. A late game sniper is pretty scary actually, when you have this kind of a support cast to keep things at a good distance for you. So I feel
that's where you go, blink Medusa, man.
But they're going to have a blink Slark, which is,
it's just,
I think, like you were mentioning, the #1 answer really to LGD's lineup right now is going to be Ferrari.
Oh, look, he's got a little, what's it called? Yeah, that. Shark. He's a shark fish.
Wait, does he have the hook blade of Scotty? Is that what that is?
I'm not sure.
That thing's like $1 million. No, top left. Top left. Yep, that's like a $250 cosmetic.
Pay to win.
Seriously. I mean, I would pay to look that cool. I can't actually buy stuff on Steam when I'm in Sweden because my Steam account's US and I can't change the region.
Yeah. So we should mention that we do have in the mid lane the Sniper. Of Sylar going up against the Medusa. If I was Medusa in this situation, I would actually just max Mystic Snake in mid lane. I don't think like playing stats and mana or split shot mid lane is a really good option for Medusa because it leaves so many options where you have to like go onto their side of the river almost to actually get your last hits, and really you just want to Mystic Snake and get the fuck out. So getting Mystic Snake is definitely what I do as my mid build, and last time I played mid as Medusa, I gave up First Blood, but that's not fair because I missed an uphill hit. But then I won the game with a Rapier because I'm awesome.
Well, I don't think it's as likely as Luo is going to get First Blooded here, just because of the supports that LGD have. Batrider spending most of his time in the woods, they have an AA. Not really the best gankers when the hero that you're ganking for doesn't have any lockdown at all. So I feel like the one who is really at risk for doing this is probably going to be the sniper, but as we're seeing right now, it's...
Well, he's pretty much babysat by his Earthshaker, Faith.
Yeah, if he sticks around, then it's fine. But if he ever leaves, that's going to be the time where IG want to try to push some kind of early pressure.
Slark going very low.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He's like, damn, Ferrari. Handle these creeps better. You're going to miss that last hit, too. Oh, and Chesbug didn't even get it. What an embarrassment. They should get fined.
I'm a bit surprised that he actually started with boots. Seems interesting. Chuan waiting out the courier here just to see. Fortunately, he's not going to get it. And bottom lane, Juke could be in some trouble here. 2 stacks of sticky napalm. Chilling touch is going to be there as well. Should be dead.
Would he? Unless he gets held in place. Nope.
Nah, he's
2 seconds left now.
Yeah,
he's good dead. Yeah. There we go. Yao's going to get the kill. No TP rotations at all.
Is he going to die?
Despite Yao actually being under tower for another hit, he's going to have to salve up. And they lose the sniper, as you mentioned. If they leave the sniper, they can lose the sniper, and they do exactly that. And it's going to be a stats build into Max Mystic Snake.
I like that. I think, in general, the way that Medusa wants to be played mid is just very spammy, like you said. Just push the lane out as hard as you can, and then just kind of chill, wait around. Siler dodges an arrow there.
Maybe it was the arrow that killed him prior.
Yeah, probably
We actually weren't even... Because Tron has his smoke, but it's not on cooldown, so it doesn't look like he's smoked. And no assist there for Chesbug, so it wasn't going to happen. Yeah, we were looking top. And
so just an Ogre stun and a Medusa killed the sniper. That just goes to show how gankable that hero actually is.
Do you max shrapnel?
Well, I think depending on how you want to play it, you can. He's maxing the take aim just to be able to be in a better spot while he CSs under the tower and things like that. But the cool thing about shrapnel is that you can hit the opponent's tower without even crossing the river.
Yeah.
So you can continually harass. And Chuan and Cheesebug, they know that they want a game. They just need to find a target.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yep, they're going to get MMY. There's the stun. June's there as well. And they won't need to pop anything else. Just going to right-click him down and MMY. Going to be the third person to drop here in the 2-1 score line in favor of Invictus Gaming. So Chuan always seems to make his rotations work. He's really annoying. But then he does always play Ogre Magi. So not sure if it's the hero or just how good he is.
That hero's amazing, man. You walk around and you throw flaming garbage at somebody. What are they supposed to do against that?
I don't know.
You get lit on fire, and then Medusa throws a snake at you, and then you die.
This is true.
And you can see, like, IG just, they want to kill. They know no fear. Like, this is...
MMY, what can he offer at this stage of the game? I think he's like level, what, 2?
Well, Chilling Touch is still pretty strong. Here we go. Tower dive coming in. June
This
leading.
Mystic Snake's going to
He has quite a bit of HP. Teleport reaction coming in from the Bat Rider. Arrow's going to hit on MMY. Looks like he will be dying around the same time as Faith and June. Currently, it's a 1-for-2 exchange favoring IG as they lose their offlaner. And they could lose Chuan as well. He's getting chased down right now. In July, looking for one more hit. Actually, Sniper picks it up, so that's good.
Yeah, Lauer wanted his Mystic Snake to continue bouncing there. Only actually bounced twice, so it wasn't able to add any additional damage to the fight. That could have gone much more in favor of IG, but LGD were ready for the engagement. And just bringing in the Bat Rider, there's no shame in that, just because you were able to secure a kill. But this Slark has been left alone the whole game, right?
Yep.
And still has less last hits than the Ember. What are you doing, Ferrari? Why did you go boots level 1?
A little bit suspect, but maybe he was expecting a different lane. Maybe he thought they would do some like dual lane or aggro, maybe, I don't know. The only other reason I can assume that you buy boots is because you want to be active early, and he is level 6, so if he carries a TP, which he just bought at the side shop, he can react to ganks and things like that and help tower dive with his team, which Slark is amazing at low level, especially against these low HP heroes like Sniper and AA.
Yeah, AA must be pretty low level as well, like level 3 or something. But anyway, in July is going to get caught. Chuan, once again, hits a Fire Blast. Chesbug hits his arrow. And it doesn't look like Firefly is currently available, but MMY will be there to try and help out. And looks like, nope, Yao's going to come in to help with the defense. Chuan looking to go down. I think he's got one more Fire Blast, but in July is already healed up, and they're going to secure a kill.
It's 5 heroes.
Onto Invictus Gaming. Chuan, and the Mystic Snake comes in, hits 4, almost takes out In July. Wasn't the last hit of the Mystic Snake, I'm not sure, and In July going to go down. There's an Assassinate. And each time the IG have gone, they haven't actually killed the Sniper. And this time they weren't even going on a Sniper, but Siler rotated and got the kill. So he's picked himself up 2 kills in the last fights, hasn't died. He's level 6 and got himself a bottle. We'll see how well he does. And Ferrari not being involved currently. And the thing about like IG's lineup, like if you choose to fight, you have to understand that the thing that Ember Spirit wants to do the most in these games is fight.
Yep.
The Ember Spirit doesn't care so much about farming. He'll get it naturally, but if he can just constantly fight, he's just devastating. So, yeah, Yao, when he turns up to a fight, he definitely turns it. And you kind of need a Slark there, a Ferrari, to be able to turn. And we're going to see Chuan and Chesberg hit another combo. Fire blast into arrow. Really skillful that is. It's hard to do. Not taking the
almost
piss
as
out
hard
of it.
as Nightmare Arrow.
Yeah. It's basically, it's good that they're rotating and getting these. It's pretty huge. But, you know, the combo is easy to execute and not taking anything away from.
I find it a bit odd that the way the IG are playing this, and considering the way that Lua's playing it, he's contributed a little bit. You know, he throws at the Mystic Snake, but when you're going this ham, like, just think of how much cooler it would have been to have a mid that can actually aggressively dive with you.
Yeah, I mean, hell, you could have had your Slark there. Maybe that's what you really wanted.
Yeah.
Because then your Slark would have been involved. But the Slark is, I feel that it's really quite good that they put a lot of emphasis on getting the Slark to farm, because if the Slark turns up with a Blink Dagger anytime soon, that's problems for Sylar. You do not survive. Like, you've pretty much got a very limited amount of help coming from your team. And Sylar's actually gone for 3 points in shrapnel there, as pointed out by Wepaz. But in terms of the help, you know, it's the Earthshaker, it's the Fissure. There's not much else that could save you versus Ferrari, and he hasn't spent any of his gold. So I hope he doesn't. I would like to see a Blink rather than Shadowblade in this game. But we'll have to see if it
I think
will be
it'll
a
be Blink.
Shadowblade.
I mean, Shadowblade is really not good for what he wants to do, because
Yeah,
Shadowblade
you
is
wanna
so
get in.
easily detectable.
And you can just walk away, and then you walk into a fissure. You want to be able to blink over everything, get involved, lock someone in place, and then June, hopefully getting his blink later, will be able to back you up with with Medusa just going ham on the back lanes in terms of just putting out as much damage. But MMY down on the safe lane, trying to get some levels up on his Ancient Apparition, is going to get hit by an arrow. June's going to come in. They're just going to doom in and try and run it off. In July is here. Not sure his level. He is actually level 7, so he does have Lasso available, but only 940 gold to his name, so not going to get his Blink Dagger. So they're just going to give up MMY, and IG take the lead, 6-5, if you can call that a lead.
That was, I think, still an okay play, because June knew as soon as the TPs were coming that if he overcommitted, he would just die. I'm kind of surprised that instead of going for the deny, like in July went for the kill, because there was no way you were catching that. Like, not a chance. The Doom had Scorched Earth on, and he runs insanely fast, and I'm pretty sure they had leap movement speed as well. So optimistic chasing that kind of thing. And Arrow going to fly mid, but not going to connect on Sylar.
Look at the shrapnel damage.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's actually pretty good.
I mean, this is the kind of build where you can eventually push anyone out. And even a hero like Medusa, whose Mystic Snake bounces to the creeps and you, depending on how close you're standing, you could stand even farther away than that. Like, the harass from Medusa is non-existent against a sniper.
The Ember Spirit there actually being spotted out by the wards of Victus Gaming. I think this is something that IG do really well in terms of warding, but they look like they are going to smoke up, and they've got a DD available. They're going to hold Luo in place as Yao wants to go ham, and then comes the ulti that looks like it could save, and that's how strong the ultimate is.
Assassinated, I think.
And Assassinate comes in. Can he live through it? Yes, he does. 1 point into Mana Shield. In July comes in. He's just angry right now. He's just like, okay, I'm going on Tron. He pulls him back to no means, really, apart from to maybe eat a little bit of shrapnel. But then in July, he gets hit by an arrow. Ferrari needs to blink in. He has his blink. He goes on in July. They will secure a kill. No, the Fissure comes in, but won't be enough. Ferrari takes it, and he'll be able to back off. And Yao's still there with his DD, and Assassinate doesn't pick up another kill. So the ultimate of Medusa, as I said, like, you need to have 3 heroes there to actually contribute to the kill. And even with 3, he was able to survive. So
Yeah. I think if he had assassinated, like, a little bit. Look at this bottles, by the way. Like, jeez. What abusers.
Share the bottles.
Big, big abusers. But the big thing is, he went for the shrapnel and auto attacks instead of just assassinating immediately. I'm pretty sure Sylar doesn't do enough right-click damage with his build to warrant right-clicking over using
He's
his
got power
ult.
treads, and he had them.
He only has level 1 headshot. That's the thing. So he doesn't really do any damage.
79 damage.
Need to shoot that gun, man. The big gun.
How much damage does Medusa have at
Radiant's
this
top
stage?
tower is under attack.
With same power treads. Ooh, 92.
It's not
Mystic
super
Snake.
impressive, and I think he's
How much
also...
damage did he get?
How many points in
All
his
his
stats does he have? 6, 7, so 2 points. Okay. I really feel as though, like, the Medusa is going to become a really big issue for LGD, and so is the Slark, but at the same time, if they can't get on the sniper in the later stages of the game, and speaking of getting on people, MMY just going to evaporate to Ferrari. I would really hate
Ferrari
to be
will just take
an A in this game.
Faker if he wants him, yeah. He's
Picks it
got
up.
10 one charges. He's going to have to leap.
Die.
No, he will actually go down. So nice pick up there by Yao. And Sylar looking to chase. Are they going to be able to... Oh, no. His Spirit's a little bit too far away. And he actually didn't have the mana afterwards. He had 10 one charges, so maybe he could have held him in place and stopped the TP, but it wasn't going to happen. But they pick up the Slark, and they lost 2 supports in that engagement. They lost Faith, and they lost the Ancient Apparition. So still pretty good for IG, and you can already see how dangerous the Slark is. And we've actually got a Midas on June. I'm not at all against that. I don't think he necessarily needs a Blink Dagger to be relevant, as the Slark will be making most of the plays. Invis on Chesbug for Invictus Gaming. Going to be moving down. In the middle, we have a lot of people kind of holding together, as in July, trying to finish up his Blink Dagger from the triple stack in the jungle.
He'll have it from here, and then all of a sudden LGD can start forcing those fights in a much better way, because instead of engaging out of the tower and trying to kill Luo, they can pull him like onto their side of the map.
Yeah, but I think Slark will just counter-initiate really well. Like the Ferrari Slark, what does he have in terms of items as we watch bottom lane?
Going drums.
Yeah. Anything that gives him a little bit of HP before his next damage item is really, really good. This is a free tower.
Pretty good stuff from IG. Then I don't think
bottom tower has
they're actually being pressured anywhere right now, which is really good.
Everyone's just kind of stood mid.
Yeah, it's LGD playing the defensive game, but we kind of assume this from the draft, right? Like they want to protect the sniper. Sylar needs to get his farm. And Yao is also a really big deal, too.
They go.
They're going to run it in straight onto Luo. He still has the ultimate. He's going to pop it. He's almost out of mana. Do they actually have enough damage this time? Sylar gets frozen, and Luo, he throws him in the back.
The Assassinate will come in, and then he'll drop.
Yeah, he's out of mana.
Yeah. But they can still turn this.
Yeah, arrow onto MMY. Chuan wants to go in, gets headshot once. Lasso going to be used onto Sheesbug. He just gets turned on and burned to the ground. MMY still alive, finally dies to Blink Ferrari, and now he's going for more. He wants to get Sylar. June, in the meantime, eating some shrapnel and auto attacks, but Sylar now on full retreat, eventually dies. And
Ferrari gets 2 though.
Yeah, everything said and done. I mean, they're going to lose Chuan here too, I think. Really nice saving chains there.
I think that isn't like as bad as it could have been though for IG, considering they pretty much got a really as clean as a kill on the Medusa as you could ask for. With the ulti popped, and Ferrari, he wants more. He's going on in July, hits the pounce, needs like 3-4 more hits here. He's actually picking up quite a lot.
He's dead.
Okay.
Wow.
MMY comes in to save the situation. Okay, well that did go pretty bad at the end then for IG losing the Slark. But the Slark was late, Ferrari, and he actually picked up a support straight away. I think it was the Ancient Apparition. And then ended up hitting a pounce onto Sylar and picked him up as well. And then could have just left the fight. And that would have been okay for me. I would have been okay, like taking out Sylar, losing your Medusa, and then Chuan in the fight as well. It wouldn't have meant too much, but
June didn't doom there either, did he? Oh, Sylar gets hit by an arrow, but the entirety of LGD is here to protect him.
Yeah, you need Slark to take this fight. The other problem that they have is not going that Blink Dagger on the Doom. Actually hinders counter initiation in these fights. Having the Midas is great for late game if that's where it's going to go, which we can only expect between these 2 teams. But it does slow his kind of relevance down. And Ferrari instantly comes back and wants to take the fight, takes down Faith. And the arrow that hit earlier doesn't really matter so much now, as June's going to get picked up. He's going to drop.
Yao gets frozen.
Yao takes no damage from the Fire Blast, but maybe just holding him in place for Ferrari. He's going to try and dodge, and Ferrari will pick him up, and he could actually almost go for more. And Chesbug looking to try and get a kill on MMY. Ferrari is going to have his blink available. Nope, gets his blink cancelled actually. I think he was looking to blink in on top of, is it not Dark Pact? What's his first spell called?
Yeah, Dark Pact.
Ah.
The thing is,
I just don't expect
he had
to be right.
Sticky Napalm on him, so he was trying to set up a leap after the arrow landed on MMY, but he kind of messed up and maybe misclicked the high ground or something like that and didn't get the line that he wanted. So I don't know. I really feel like they could have gotten a lot more there. I feel as though IG should have just steamrolled that completely, because even though June didn't get a Doom off, I mean, Yao died straight away. At the beginning of the fight, the Earthshaker exploded. They had no defensive peeling mechanisms left.
The thing that Ferrari, I think, was worried about was Ancient Apparition's ultimate, just because last time you saw how deadly that was, and it can mess up your Slark, because even if you go in Viz afterwards, you're not going to get a heal, so you can drop. But
how I wish I had this back in Dark Reef.
He backed off. He didn't want to re-engage. And they left the fight where it was. But still, Invictus Gaming, I still favor based off how Ferrari's going to play this game. And I think he's already showing us that he knows that he needs to fight and contribute. I'm gonna have a point
Dire's
booster
top
for
tower
this
is
Medusa.
under attack.
So maybe just rushing straight into
Dire's
Skadi.
structures are fortified.
I certainly hope so. If he goes Aghanim's, I'll be very confused.
It's definitely a Scotty. I mean, that's one of the most
I can't
effective-
believe you answered me seriously. Thank you so much.
Dude, I'm out of it today, man. Like, I heard you say something, and I was just like, oh, Ferrari, he's going ham on Faith here. TP, one more hit, we'll be able to get it. And Siler's like, I'm bailing, see you later. In the meantime, looks like MMY is going to be able to get the kill on Cheesebug. And the rest of IG is around. There's a tier 1 there to push, but I'm pretty sure LGD are going to be more than ready for that. And there is no lasso.
Yeah, lasso was used on to kill Mirana.
Yeah.
Cheesebug was dead.
I mean, when you have to commit lassos to killing supports at this stage, when IG are more or less running a tricore, and especially because June went Midas, like that hero is going to start to be a real issue, like in 5-10 minutes or something like that. He picks up a Blink, he gets like a Shiva's or an Aghanim's even. I think Ags is actually worth buying nowadays on Doom, just because it gives you the old Doom back. But
it's a nice counter as well to the Ember. It's really strong.
By the way, how ridiculous is it that Doom basically got nerfed so hard that he lost 4,200 gold, like just in every single game?
What?
Think about it, because this old Doom disabled all passives. Now it doesn't. Now you need Aghanims to do that. So you basically have to invest 4,200 gold to get back to where the original Doom was, which is pretty insane, actually.
Never refuse gold given.
But either way,
Poor Doom.
yeah.
You can still get a
No,
kill
you know
on
what?
a DD silo.
Doom
here.
is a dick, all right? He had it coming. So did Tinker, and that's really the only two heroes that I actually hate.
You've got like a hit list.
I do. It's only 2 heroes long, but they deserve it.
Not really a list then, is it?
I don't know, it's like,
Oh, it says a list.
it's not a very long one.
Yeah, the short list. Maybe
That sounds cool,
short listed
though.
here.
They say the
heroes.
short list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've made it to the short list, motherfucker.
Then it sounds ominous.
I like it. Okay, so Medusa just pushing down here. Lowell. Siler's gonna actually does have that DD bottled and we'll be able to defend. Just
Dire's
gonna
top
dodge that
tower
Mystic
is
Snake.
under attack.
And we've already got one ultimate orb up on the top lane. Yao. I'm gonna be looking to this. He's gonna be going for honestly I would go Lincoln's with Yao.
Dire's top
But you
tower
kinda need
has
the damage
fallen.
output.
No, you need Battle Fury for sure.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to
Radiant's
continue to
under
split push the
attack.
waves out, considering how aggressive IG are playing, you want to play this
Radiant structures are
almost as
fortified.
greedy as you possibly can. And he's already contributed a lot in terms of fighting during the early game, so he's second highest on net worth too.
I just think that Doom is going to shut him down later on. Ferrari takes down the mid
Radiant's
tower.
middle
Yeah, I'm not
tower
able
has
to help with defense. And he's just going to belt.
Dire's top tower is
And
under
Invictus
attack.
Gaming are getting a lot on the map. You can see how kind of worried that LGD are. They really need to put this Bat Rider to use. They need to hit some good lassos and get the team fight started in their favor. And the big targets are, of course, Medusa, Doom, and Slark, or the cores. Anyone's very available for to kill, and you'll be very happy. Slightly harder to obviously kill the Medusa and the Slark, and the Doom will, I really hope, go for that Blink Dagger. And
He might just go Blink Shiva's BKB, like old school, and just be that guy who goes in the fight, and like if you don't focus him, he's just going to run you down, and if you do focus him, you're probably going to lose the fight because he's just so tanky. That was a really nice Dark Pack timing by Ferrari. He knew that in July wanted some blood there.
that would have been sad if you ended up like breaking his lasso. Faith, how much gold does he have? Because he needs a Blink Dagger as well. He's not got enough gold. Get some towers, Siler.
Dire's bottom
Firefly
tower
was
is
used. I
under
don't actually
attack.
have it here to scout out the Ancient Apparition. But are they going to defend? That's what we need to know. And I'm sorry, the Ancient Apparition is on the team. I'm going
Radiant's
crazy.
top tower is
So
under
they're not going to
attack.
defend, and they're just going to exchange.
Radiant structures are
Yeah, I think for IG this is an okay call.
Dire's
I mean,
bottom
the Slark
tower
is
is under
getting
attack.
close to a next item. Like if he wants to go Basher, if he wants to pick up an ultimate orb, go for the Scotty, that
Radiant's
seems to be
top
very
tower
common,
has fallen.
then they can definitely do that. And once he gets the extra tankiness, suddenly the heroes in
Dire's
LGD have to
bottom
commit
tower has
almost
fallen.
everything just to drop him, right? Like you're talking about Echo, maybe even remnanting a few times on Yao just to have the burst to kill him before he ults. So if he wants to play super safe, he can go BKB. I mean, that's the other alternative, which I wouldn't necessarily disagree with, considering the team that LGD has. Because if you have BKB, no one can stop you except for a lasso. And if you're good with your Dark Pack timing and your ulti, there's pretty much no way you're not going to kill your target.
What do you think the Slark should go, item-wise? What?
BKB.
BKB? Did you just tell me that?
I
thought you
just
were
went
talking, I
on
thought
like
you were
a-
talking about the Slark.
You just said Slark. Again. You
No,
said
I
You
asked-
said, what is the Slark going to get?
Oh,
You
did
asked
I?
what
I
his
meant,
next
I meant
item is.
Sniper.
Well, for Sniper, I'm not actually sure. What does he have right now? Okay, so he has
He's got like 2,800 gold on treads and drums. This is what I'm curious about, because he needs to put down a lot of damage if his team are doing the job right, which is keeping him out of harm's way of the slug.
I think Glass Cannon is still okay. Like,
would you go
maybe
Deso?
Blink is still fine.
Oh.
Because you can react to Blink and Maelstrom. That's also a really good damage item. Also helps you push out a little bit faster.
Almighty money.
But I do feel as though, like, Maelstrom is one of those items that doesn't give you the real oomph that you want. You know what I mean? Like, your attack speed is not necessarily fast enough with full headshot to really deal a significant chunk of damage. And you're not buying a Mask of Madness, which would give you the attack speed that you want. So it's kind of just a hybrid build, I guess, where you just have a decent amount of HP. You can push the waves a bit, gives you some damage, but not the most bang for your buck.
Yeah, I think it's a really hard decision for the sniper to make, but the Maelstrom helps with at least clearing waves and getting gold for your next item, so maybe that's the thought process. We do have a Blink now on Doom after his Midas, which is kind of like what I thought was pretty necessary for the team of Invictus Gaming to back up Ferrari, and Ferrari is going to go for that BKB, which is, as Andy said, it's going to make him very hard to deal with. Yao does need his Battle Fury, he does need his damage, but I still think as well, you know, he's a pretty high priority target for a Doom.
Top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think...
And we have a gem actually as well on the Batrider. That was picked up a little bit earlier as they went into the mid lane.
It's just nice because when you have the gem on the bat, he's actually one of the most elusive heroes besides your Ember. And clearly Yao doesn't have the inventory space because he carries the bottle and TPs and like Battle Fury and shit like that. So you really want to make sure that you can have vision everywhere. And because IG want to fight, having D-Ward is incredibly important for delaying the game for your sniper. Because you really, the best place to defend for LGD is high ground. And then when a sniper on high ground, it's very, very difficult to push in, even with potentially 3 blinking heroes on the side of IG, all 3 of which are actually pretty tanky.
I mean, if you get your 4-staff, which they have on the Batrider, it's like pushing high ground against the Batrider is just such a nuisance because you can just turn into a 4v5 very quickly. And they're going to go on to Lau, and he has got his Skadi available to him as a really good defensive item, and that's going to be enough even through the Ice Blast to stay alive. And they're going to turn it as June comes in, and he's going to doom the Ember. He will drop shortly afterwards. Faith comes in, drops an Echo, doesn't really do much, and Ferrari does have his BKB. He's just going to run down MMY for the moment. June still alive until he gets assassinated there at the top. Faith will go down to Ferrari's Blink, and they only give up the Doom. The Skadi, such a good defensive item to have in terms of stats. It's insane. He survived through an Ice Blast and the Batrider Lasso. So, you know, the Maelstrom there not offering enough damage.
Yeah, I think
Deso could have been really nice.
Deso would have been more damage, of course, single target oriented, and a Mask of Madness plus another item, like even crit, would still be good damage. I just feel as though when LGD are playing it this style, if the sniper is the one that you're prioritizing the most, let him go with the greediest build. Like, don't build him a hybrid when he needs to be a machine gun, you know? So we'll see if it pays off for him. Sylar actually getting caught here by Ferrari. Dark Pact and Leaf are both going to be there. Here comes a Spirit from Yao. He's going to go ahead and pop his ulti and just run away from the Ice Blast. It was barely off the mark. They can still see him, though. Assassinate comes in. Ferrari's dead. Sylar now on a killing spree. And we were talking about how he might not have the optimal damage build, but he is certainly getting kills nonetheless.
Yeah, Ferrari once again showing us that he can not really mess up, but can be taken advantage of if he goes a little bit too far. But certainly that kill on the sniper, the potential chance of a kill on the sniper, is a little bit too tasty to not want to go have a shot at.
Oh, arrow? Ooh, barely misses. Yeah, I would say Ferrari is one of the more confident players. Like, when he sees the kill, he wants to go for it, like, every single time. And I think LGD have been doing a fairly good job at exploiting that. Like, MMY killed him earlier doing a tower dive, and the same thing pretty much just happened there. So IG now down one of their highest net worth heroes. Medusa's still alive, of course, but as we've talked about before, Sylar can just sit really far away, and unless the Stark is alive, there's no direct answer to him.
Yeah, but it's going to happen soon. Snark will be back, and it's really up to Injuly and Faith to stop the pressure of Invictus Gaming here if they want to, but it looks like the whole team will just be disengaging. Smoke, now picked up by Chuan. Haste on Injuly. This is it's a nice rune to get, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's just going to have it bottled for the moment. Certainly can help them. If they can get that Medusa further away from the team, they get more damage in from everybody, and they might be able to get a kill, and they are looking for something. Haste is popped in July. Will catch out June. It's just going to be the Doom for now, but Tron actually hits a Fire Blast, and June will be going down, but the Bat Rider will also be dropping here. Nope, maybe not.
It just goes to show the range potential that they have. Tranquil Boots active right now, so Doom's going to get him pretty low, but he should be okay. Yeah.
Nice.
We'll live through that
July
one.
survives. So, yeah, the Bat Rider can be super dangerous. That was with a haste, but of course, had that been a Medusa, I still think they might have even got the kill. Maybe he was a little bit too far away, and Tron even ended up hitting a Fire Blast to stop that initiation from going horribly wrong, because that Doom would have been so far away from his team. But good of LGD to take advantage of that and get themselves a kill.
The real issue that I think IG are running into now is not only what we just saw, is we're going to have to hold that thought. Sylar going to get leapt on mid by Ferrari, gets quite low yet again, not healing though because he's ice blasted from Ancient Apparition, and Sheezebug almost dying straight away. Chuan just going ham. He wants the kill, 4 step away from Injuly up to the high ground, and now he's going to turn around. Kitty secure yet another kill. No, he died. The Ignite killed him. Okay, so looks like, I mean, 1 for 1, Chuan for Sylar worth.
This slot goes really low in these team fights, by the way.
Yeah, the AA crushes them.
Yeah.
And the other thing is they have a lot of heroes that just have residual AoE damage, like Shrapnel, Fissure, Firefly, Ancient Apparition, Ice Blast, just even Flame Guard. When you can't heal on Slark, when you're in your ulti, your effective HP is cut by a pretty large margin. So
you also go Skadi. That's the trick.
Well, I mean, if he has BKB, he shouldn't be really dying, per se. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but he didn't want to pop it for that pick off.
Oh, they might go for Ferrari or Luo. Who are they going to decide for? It's going to be Ferrari. Medusa ulti is going to be popped here, and an Echo Slam coming in. Ferrari getting quite low. Faith going to get frozen by the Medusa ultimate, as well as the rest of LGD. Now MMY and Injuly forced to bail, as 430 is chasing down MMY up to the high ground. The leap, the Tokyo Drift, unfortunately not hitting him, but I don't really think it much matters. It's going to be a double for Ferrari. So maybe a little bit too big for their britches there. LGD trying to go for the Slark.
The Medusa was very close as well, and just being able to throw out the ultimate was also a nice factor. But I think Ferrari played it nicely. He was able to BKB up and then just continue on the pressure. So yeah, IG, the scary heroes are getting scarier, and this sniper is like, what are you going to do? Like, what is your answer with this sniper? Because you can't rely on getting a kill like fast enough now that you almost have to throw an assassinate out, and he's level 14. He needs a big damage item here, Sylar.
Yeah, I'm in full agreement with that. Like Daedalus, Mask of Madness, or something crazy, you know, just go all in. Just make sure that when they're pushing high ground, if they dive, you are going to blow them up. That is pretty much your job as a sniper right now. And I mean, for a mid sniper, he's still pretty unimpressive in terms of what he has. I know the IG were playing a pretty aggressive-oriented early mid game, but even with that being the case, I think LGD defended it pretty well. Like, they got a lot of kills. Chuan, June died a few times as well, just overextending inside of the woods. But all in all, I feel like the high ground's going to be the real test. Even with an Aegis, I think it's still going to be hard to break it now. Like, maybe if they get another item on Doom and the Slark and the Medusa, like one more item on each core, and then maybe you look to go high ground.
What is with the snipers all these games? We just got the game that was again the sniper versus the Medusa, Ray versus MVP Phoenix.
Who won, the sniper or the Medusa?
The Medusa.
Yeah.
The sniper wasn't able to do much, unfortunately. There was a Brewmaster as well, so it was very hard for him.
That's painful.
He spent a lot of time flying in the air.
Slark's Ferrari's kind of filling the role of what the Brewmaster would do in terms of being able to jump in and initiate. And you might be going Mjolnir here just so you can add some additional AoE or even throw it onto the Medusa, which isn't a bad idea for these fights as well. Because I think the Medusa will be able to clean up everything else. Now, just going to clean out the top wave a little bit.
Bottom tower
Going to see a medallion picked up on Chesburger there.
Yeah, it's a bit odd, especially they get it after they kill Roshan. I mean, it's not bad, it's just weird. Because normally you buy that item like 15, 12 minutes into the game as a support when you're having a good game, and then you sneak a Roche, but it's quite late, and I'm not entirely sure that they need the medallion extra damage. But I don't know, maybe he just felt like he wasn't going to get to anything else, and if he just buys a medallion, it means the Slark and the Medusa can do a little bit more work, and then you have that in conjunction with the Medusa ulti if they get frozen. Can hit quite hard, actually.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, how is it like 100? Like what?
50% increased damage. Oh, MMY. Not having a great time. I don't think he's even going to live through the pounce, as he does not. Gets a Spite Ice Blast off before he dies, though, so that's worth it.
He's like, guys, I found the Slark. And now he's helped everyone farm the other lanes. Although Slark moves very quickly. But they have been dewarding LGD. They still have that gem on the Bat Rider. Okay, so the Ember's going for Chrysalis. Actually, already has it, I believe, and could go for Daedalus. That's going to help him. The sorry, I'm losing my words today. Yeah, let's look at the items. All right, the Earthshaker doesn't have his blink. That's what I wanted to come to next. And Sylar hasn't picked up what could be his next item. He's at about 4,500 gold, I believe, and MMY is nowhere near his axe. So, oh, Ferrari wants to take a fight here, and just going to scare away the Ember. Not going to chase. And
well, he baited out
actually
from in July.
They could be doing something here with the Batrider mid. They might actually go mid. Can we check on mid? Because that Batrider should be going on Ferrari. Yeah, he is going to go. And they actually come in with the Echo, and Ferrari will go down and lose the Aegis, but the lasso was used. They need to get out. Luckily for them, that there's no blink currently available on June, and he actually gets fissured up. And, yep, they take out the Mirana, so they lose their poor MMY on the Ancient Apparition again.
Oh, they want to go?
I think they should just siege this
I mean,
and
the
push
Ice
him
Blast
away.
was still on Luo. They got him pretty low. Chuan going to go for the retreat Bloodlust. The rest of IG decides to back up.
I think June can turn this fight pretty easily against the Ember. There's no way to stop the Doom when it comes out, and I don't think you can kill the Medusa, so I think LGD not chasing there was the right move. But the good thing is they did chase when they initially got the kill on Ferrari with the Blink Lasso, so nicely done.
I mean, they see 3 heroes hitting a tower, they're like, yeah, okay, we can.
I mean, that's exactly, they took
go for
the,
this.
yeah, and 5,000 gold now. I say you go Rapier.
Well, I mean, in terms of damage, it's like the best item.
Yeah,
more or
I mean,
less.
just don't give it to the Medusa, because, you know,
then the game would be really, really hard at that point.
I don't even think Rapier would be a good choice versus this Slark, because there's no guarantee that you'll survive. No guarantee you'll survive off the... okay, he's going for Skadi, yeah. You want something to survive if you get pounced on and you don't get help.
So he's really relying on Yao to do the majority of the damage then. Gonna hear Lasso go off. It's gonna be on Ferrari again, getting caught out. No BKB, just evaporates that crit Sleight of Fist as well. That damage, I mean, he bought an item, but still. I mean, Ferrari, as much as he's done for the team this game, it just seems like a theme that he's always the one who puts himself in the most aggressive position, so he's the one most likely to die. That's like how I see them like playing him as a player.
So if you're the Medusa, and you're feeling that your Slark is good but somewhat squishy, and therefore he might not be able to offer the damage to the team fights if he dies, because if you're dead you don't do any damage, you've now got a Manta. What's your next item? Because I don't believe the Maelstrom was a great pickup.
I think it was a little bit awkward in terms of his item progression. Yeah. I mean, if you think about the tankiness of Medusa in conjunction with a Mjolnir, it's pretty good.
Because even if you go Rapier now on Medusa, if the fight goes bad and that you lose your Slark, right, you can actually just get run down, because the sniper will actually be slowing you and you've got fissures and you've got your Batrider, okay? It's not fun. So is it just a simple Daedalus?
I think Daedalus is probably the right call. In terms of sheer damage, it's the best outside of Rapier, of course.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking. Like, I think Rapier is risky, and you're not really, like, I don't feel that comfortable for Invictus Gaming in this matchup based off the pickup, the pickoffs and the damage are scaling for both, but the Batrider and the Ancient Apparition are just devastating. And we haven't seen, like, no offense, June has not had the best game on his Doom. Like, he's had that Midas, and we were like, cool. But he hasn't really done much in the team fights. He's going to be picking up, I hope, Ashivas, because I think Ashivas would disrupt the fight more than a Soul Caress after the blink.
It could be Shivas, could be AC. I mean, either one is good. I think Shivas is really nice just for the vision, like being able to find your target. Ferrari. And speaking of Ferrari, finding Sylar, really nice fissure coming out.
Arrow's going to hit. That doesn't matter. Oh, June's going to come in, gets the target he wants, which is Yao. And they are going to look to chase. And look at this. Lau trying to get ahead of Sylar, but it doesn't matter as Ferrari comes back in. His DD had worn off, but they get the kill on the Sniper and the Ancient Apparition, and they're going to send the Ember all the way back into base after that Doom. So finally, June, that's the target that he's been wanting to get for ages, and finally gets it. Chon is going to be pulled in. But okay, well, this is painful, and the Medusa is currently high ground, just casually hitting at the tower. So the initiation that they weren't expecting LGD there, like, it looks really awkward for him at the start because they were able to save Sylar, but the arrow coming in, the 5-second arrow, pretty much sealed the deal, and the kind of random threat of always having a Moran in your team pays off. But well played by June as well, getting onto the right target, and that really did shut down any chance of the Ember able to turn that fight. And they're going to claim a Rax for this, and they're going to be looking for 2 as well.
Yeah, the biggest problem that I think that LGD have, outside of them getting
Radiant's
Sylar hit by an
bottom
arrow
tower
after
is
being
under
saved,
attack.
is since he went
Dire's
Scotty,
bottom tower.
he's a
Radiant's
kitten.
bottom
Like,
tower has fallen.
he's not even enough of a threat for IG to focus him unless he's the only hero they can hit.
Radiant's bottom barracks
And that's why they're able to spend the Doom on Yao, because Yao is actually more damage than him, and we're going to see this base dive here coming out from IG. And it looks like June's going to die.
I think Sylar will be. Is he going to be okay? I think he should be okay.
Chuan,
The basher goes off and
Rax
doesn't
is
actually have the ability to run away here. He's got a leap in a few seconds, and the Bat Rider will be giving vision. Faith comes in with the Echo, and we are going to cancel the TP, and they could actually chase the Medusa here, so they did get 2 racks, and they've already kind of won the situation just based off that first fight and getting 2 racks, but they will give up absolutely everybody apart from Chuan, who maybe even died earlier. But 10,000 XP and 4,000 gold and damage done, that sniper. I mean, that's what I like the Skadi for, because if the fights don't go in IG's favor, like when you shut down the Slark or they don't get the initiation they want, the Skadi actually allows you just like run people down. But yeah, the Yao needs something to stop the Doom from dooming him. And that's why I said like Lincoln's isn't even that stupid of an idea, because if you were able, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily stop it because it would be level death plus Doom, but by the time you cast level death, you actually would just like sleight a fist and then you like get wrecked.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you're a sniper right now, if you don't buy a damage item as your next item, you're not going to be able to defend anything, because even after losing that team fight pretty badly, with 2 lanes pushing in, your Maelstrom is not really that impressive anymore in terms of being able to split push. Yao is still the majority of your damage, and MMY's ulti.
I think he bought a Chrysalis. I'm pretty sure that Sniper's gone for a Chrysalis on the courier. No, just a Hyperstone. Okay. He wants to attack fast, but either way, they're going to pick up the Mirana, and they will be able to secure a kill on him. Yao is going to be doomed again, and he's going to get no help as June. Oh, the Fissure stops June from being able to chase, but I think the damage is already done, and Yao will be dropping shortly. But can they exchange a kill back onto the Doom? It doesn't look like so far. Ferrari going to be jumping on Sylar, and he is a kitten, and he will die. And Faith is going to give away vision there on himself as he gets hit by an arrow, but he's actually going to blink away, throw in another Fissure. GG. And they already called the GG. They've lost their Ember Spirit and their Sniper, and yeah. It's that Doom designed to do exactly that. Did it in the later stages of the game. The Maelstrom's coming up for both teams a little bit weird, and not going to mean that they take the win. So it's Invictus Gaming are going to take now 2.
Yeah, I could have seen LGD actually doing okay if they took that game like ultra late, like 60, 70 minutes or something like that, because then the sniper gets 6-slotted, right? And a 6-slotted sniper tears through anything. It doesn't matter what it is. So if you just have a good positional high ground defense and you have a really, really stacked sniper, I think you could probably defend enough to be able to just push out and win.
You get fucked. You know why? Because you buy a blink on Medusa, and you just blink up, and you're like, yo.
No one can look at me. We'll hit your buildings.
Seriously.
And then they die.
If the sniper actually got like really high damage items, and you couldn't get into position with your Medusa because of the Bat Rider and the Fissure, you just go blink, and you just blink in with your Skadi. Your Mjolnir, hopefully if you had it by then, you had a Maelstrom, and then also his Manta. Just blink in, ulti, hit the racks, win game. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, sounds legit. So that means, again, the IG are going to be up 2 games in this 3 best-of-1 series. And I think well-deserved. Even though Ferrari plays a very aggressive style and he dies a couple of times, I think he does more than enough to compensate for the times that he does actually go down.
He buys a lot of time for his team as well. Like, he doesn't, even when he does actually gives up a kill, it's mainly just like, it actually looks like he could get the kill. So it's noteworthy going for it if they don't have a Fissure or a backup. But Ancient Apparition is such a nice little counter to a Slark, because it's very easy to predict his movement after he initiates, because he's meant to stay on the target till it dies. And then, depending on how the fight looks, it's either reinitiate or what. So the Ice Blasts are always going to come in and hit. So it's a very tough time for Slark, and so the BKB was a really good shout there. But I actually think Lincoln's or BKB on the Ember could have been nice as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But wasn't able to get it. So they died.
I mean, to be fair, my last note on that game is when June blinked in from the high ground, they had no vision, and Yao just got caught out. Like, that's just something that is going to happen in a game, especially when it's a 40-minute long game. You're going to get caught once. Like, it's just inevitability. And I think Yao played fairly well up until that point. So it was just unfortunate that when he got caught was like the absolute worst time. So all in all, IG looking pretty strong.
I guess June was just basically capitalizing off the fact they hit an arrow and was like, the Ember should be somewhere over here. And was like, I'm going to blink. Oh, there he is. Rax 1, game 1. All right, cool. We're done here for game number 2. We're going to go to break. You're going to watch some amazing commercials with lots of information. And you better be taking notes because we're going to ask questions about it later.